HarperCollins presents And He Shall Appear by Kate van der Borgh, read by Elliot Fitzpatrick.
For Leo, a believer. All good music, whatever its date, is ageless, as alive and significant today as it was when it was written. Peter Warlock, British composer. For myself, I could but pity him. He was not one of those fortunate who has the gift to possess his love and not be possessed by it. Robert Nichols, friend of Peter Warlock. Nobody is afraid of the past. What we're afraid of is the past coming loose. We're afraid that it might free itself from where we left it and, like a lengthening shadow on an empty street, slip silently after us until we feel it brushing at our heel. I can't prove what happened between him and me all those years ago, behind those exalting college walls. Nor can I prove what's happening now. But plenty of truths defy physical evidence. Yes, we can make claims, but could you prove to someone that they were the best friend you ever had? Could you verify your regret at how terribly you let them down? What about your fear, your implacable, immeasurable fear, that they will never forgive you for it, never forgive, and never forget? Before I met him, I'd only had one experience I couldn't explain. Something that happened when I was a child. It surprised me, because it wasn't like the stories we told as we sat cross-legged behind the dilapidated science block, hidden from the dinner ladies who circled the asphalt like blue-rinsed sharks. In our ghost club tales about the spirit that crept between the row of sari shops and the big Tesco, about the creature that stalked the wasteland where, long ago, the cotton mill stood. The fear was clear and sharp, like sherbet on the tongue. But what happened to me was hazy, as if it existed at the very edge of understanding, of reality. I remember it like this. I was sitting up in bed, wrapped in my Thundercats duvet, peering at the shapes made unfamiliar by the dark. In the corner, my music stand leaned, like the mast of a sinking ship, next to my battered clarinet case and a neglected football. On my chest of drawers, my action figurines stood, all, I knew without being able to discern their faces, with their gazes turned toward me. The silence felt a long way from morning. Something had woken me, I realized. Not a sound. A feeling, maybe. There was someone in the house. I had never been a brave boy, and there's no denying that I felt deeply frightened then. But I also felt a low, irresistible pull. While I was terrified to discover whatever was moving in the night, I was somehow more afraid of not seeing it, which is why I rustled softly out of bed and stepped soundlessly out of my room. When my eyes finally adjusted to the darkness, I looked toward the bedroom at the end of the landing. Through the door, open just a crack, was my mum's sleeping body, reflected in the mirrored wardrobe, made sickly by the light of her clock radio. There was no spectral figure floating beside her, no maniac raising a flashing blade, no movement, but for the rise and fall of her chest with each unconscious breath. I moved on to the bathroom. The streaks of moonlight on the tiles, the faint smell of bleach. All this made the space feel strangely antiseptic. My tongue became sticky at the thought that I might discover a figure stretched out in the bath, its clawed hands ready to curl around the candy-striped shower curtain. But when I edged forward and peered into the tub, there was only the dripping showerhead dangling like a hanged man, gazing sightlessly into the blackness of the plug-hole. Bare toes plucking at the cold vinyl, I reversed out of the room and back onto the landing. Clutching the banister, I descended the stairs, stretching myself over the
Sample complete. Ready to continue?